right, shalom, shalom, shalom to the Lord's elect, scattered about the four corners of the earth. Just let me make sure the volume is good real quick. Shalom to the Lord's elect. Con. Alright. Shalom to the Lord's elect, scattered about the four corners of the earth, who are predestined in these last days to receive salvation from the utter destruction that's going to primarily take place here in Babylon the Great. Spiritual, Sodom, Egypt, known to you today as America, home of the slave, land of the freaks. All right, not home of the brave, land of the free. All right, before I begin this lesson, I would like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and infinite glory to the King of the universe, in the name of His only begotten Son. All right, who the word refers to as God. You know, Jesus Christ, who are so-called Negroes, so-called black men, the powers, all right, the powers of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the powers of the nation, the real, the true Hebrew Israelites, the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, all right. Barakatah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Kal Halal, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash, Kal Halayim La, Abanawa, Allahayanawa, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash, and the water, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, for giving us the spirit of truth in these last days, in whom the world cannot receive. I would also like to give double honors to the head apostles and beloved elders of Great Millstone. They taught us 100% truth according to the Bible, Barakatham. And as always, peace, love, and salutations to the Zaquani and Wa'akim, which in the Lashwan Kadash is the elders and the brothers standing stiffly for the names of Yahweh, by Yahweh Shine, truth and sincerity. Shalom to the rest of the elect, scattered about the four corners of the earth, who are wholeheartedly believing, trusting in the powers of the Heavenly Father, and staying, all right, in sound doctrine, okay, in the leadership that primarily, okay, starts in GMS from our elders and apostles, Great Millstone, Elder Apostle Harlem down, sound doctrine, sound mind, and wholeheartedly believing, and preparing yourselves for the great impact, all right, of future events pursuing the biblical prophecy that we're living in, okay, that our forefathers seen, ancient prophets seen. And, you know, I wasn't sure what I was going to title this lesson. I just got off the phone with the elder priest in the camp, Khnakala, all right, which is the spirit. His name is Khnakala, which is dedication to the power, okay? And we in the feast of dedications, right? So that's spiritual in itself. But we here to show our dedication, man, towards the Heavenly Father, okay? And in our appreciation, okay, to the Heavenly Father, towards the Heavenly Father for establishing a remnant in these last days, scattered abroad the four corners of the earth in the major cities, chiefly here in Babylon the Great, which you call America, home of the slave and land of the freaks, okay, which this place is ultimately predestined, pursuant to Jeremiah 51, Malachi 4:1, all right, for nuclear destruction, 2 Ezra 16, for strong as his right hand that bent at the bow. But I'm not here to talk about the missiles. I'm here to talk about the victory mindset through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, that we are all right, we are being formed, molded, which you go into this word mold. I went into it this morning. When you go into the word mold, this is our whole purpose of us being Israelite men in these last days, okay, while we have time to record, while we have time to go live and spread the gospel, the good news, okay, of Yahweh Shai's return. And this is why people feel that kinetic energy or that vibration, okay, or that gravitation when you're around. Is because it's not us. It's Yahweh Shai that lies within us, man. Okay, that people can feel. This is why the significance of His sacrifice, okay, is so beautiful for us to be able to be a part of this body. Ephesians, the 4th chapter, the apostles, prophets, evangelists, okay, and so forth, so on. Ephesians 4:12, for the perfecting of the saints, the work of the ministry, till we all come into the unity of the faith. Globally, we're coming into unity under the ultimate conclusion that this is all about Yahweh Shai. Okay, Yahweh Shai is within all the elect members. The men starting off with the prophets. He's inside. He's within us, man. The body. Pursuing the Revelation, it says the 7 churches. All right. He that have an ear, let him hear. So Yahweh Shai has full control. He can dial in anytime on these men. Okay, women and children, and sup with them, man. Visions, dreams, etc. All right, and that's why we turned up in the spirit. The Lord is able to dial in at any time on us, man, and drop off dreams, visions, and give us the inspiration to teach, the motive to teach, because it's Him in control of our tongue. All right, it's Him in control of our steps, our mind, just like He's in control of everything that happens, man. Everything is evolving around Yahweh Shai's pure existence, man. Okay, but I want to get this word here, mold, right? Because we're being molded to perfection, as me and the elder priest was, building, just being molded. All right? The Lord is molding us towards perfection. All right, the word mold, real quick. All right, and if you brothers got precepts, you come on, your brothers, come on the comment board, and you got precept, Baba Kashab, drop it off, man. Mold, all right, from the 1200s, all right, and this is going to lead me to first precept. It says, from the 1200s, hollow pattern of a particular form by which something is shaped or made. Yeah, so we're being shaped and made to be the future world leaders, and that's in 1 John, also Michael. But let me get this in 1 John, right? You know what? Let me see what it says in the GNT real quick. Right? We're being molded, fashioned, formed, shaped, made. Okay? This is 1 John chapter 3 and verse 2. And it reads, my dear friends, we are now the Most High's children, but it is not yet clear what we shall become, right? Because our ultimate form, Yahweh Shai, that's really what I was meditating on. The bodies, like the glory that we're getting ready to, us closing out this, this last carnation in the flesh, and the glory that comes with it. Okay? As me and the elder priest, Kamekala, was building, there's a glory that we're getting ready to receive, man, that no man is going to be able to take, because we're getting ready to get victory, all right, over a lot of things. Victory over a lot of things, man. Victory over doubt, victory over disbelief, victory over the mark of the beast, victory over Esau, Edom's image, his Edomite supremacy, victory over the beast itself, right? Okay, victory, man, over the flesh. O death, where's thy sting? O grave, where's thy victory? So we're getting ready to receive a victory on all scales, man. Okay, all around the board, if you will, man, through Yahweh Shai, all through Yahweh Shai. It's all about Yahweh Shai. So it's not about if he don't believe or not. Yahweh Shai still is getting ready to return to the planet Earth. And that's why we take joy in the persecution, ridicule, all right, and however you feel towards this truth. Because at the end of the day, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, who you call Jesus ignorantly, okay, Christ, all right, we got to say that for edification's sake. Hate saying it, but got to say it, because a lot of people don't know, billions of people don't know what's going on. All right, this is sacred knowledge, sacred truth, hidden in plain sight, man. No secrets given out in the open, but for a few members, if you will, man. Those who are the Lord's elect will have ears to hear the heaven's language, man. Okay. Continuing on, it says mold, 1200s, originally in the figurative sense, fashion, form, nature, native constitution, character, metathesized from Old French model. So the word mold is where you get the word model. It says plan, copy, way, manner. So what? The Lord has copies of himself, man. Yahweh Shai's Yahweh Shai's copies, man, models. All right, and this is his plan. This is the plan of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, so let's get this real quick in 1 John 3, verse 2. All right, in the G&T, and it reads, "My dear friends, we are now sons. We are now Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai's children, sons. But it is not yet clear what we shall become, because that's the bodies. The victory over this flesh, the victory over everything everybody's talking about, man. You know, everybody has an opinion on life. You know what I'm saying? What the Bible has to do with it. This is only given to the true man of the Lord. Okay, the understanding of the MOTB, WW3, and JT. Right, and ultimately Yahweh Shai's return, which you can find this all throughout the scriptures, the Old Testament and the New Testament, concerning Mashiach Yahweh Shai's return, right? It says, but we know that when Mashiach appears, we shall be like him, which is what? God body, God mode, man. You know, in that form, because Yahweh Shai is not. That's in Isaiah 47. So we're going to take on that same form. That's why I'm going to go to Philippians after this. It says, we shall be like him because we shall see him as he really is. We're going to see Yahweh Shai in him. All right? You know what I'm saying? With these eyes, okay? Because we're going to be a Lord willing part of the elect. And that's another thing too, like a bullet point in this lesson I wanted to single out. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people are getting ready to believe by default because your life gonna be on the line, and everything that you have loved and pretty much counted dear to you. Okay, all right, it's gonna be on the line. But see, everything that we love and counted dear to us, we forsaken it, man, to gain Yahweh Shai. All right. That's the difference between the Lord's elect. All right. A lot of you Israelites out here are getting ready to lose everything that you attached yourself to. All right. Because this is not your rest. We're getting ready to gain everything that we attached ourselves to, which is the spiritual realm. Okay. We attached ourselves to the Lord via faith. All right, and establish a relationship globally, all right, by fearing the Most High, and having reverence and kissing the Son via being obedient to Mashiach Yahweh Shai out there on those corners, doing the lessons, obedient, showing up at the class, you know, just being a man of the Lord generally throughout your walk, not just on camera, but throughout your walk, man. You know, the Lord has been molding he's been molding this individual to perfection. Okay. Now the next thing that he needs to leave, all right, or the next level is him getting out of this flesh, all right, and being placed into a body. That's what the scriptures is talking about. That's what this is the victory mindset, man. All right, you got men on the planet Earth who are very precious to the Heavenly Father, man. Whether they in LA, Miami, Tampa, New York, you know, Utah, all right, Canada, Brazil, London, you know, so far and so on. These souls are precious to the Lord, okay? Precious souls, man. He's raised them up in these last days, molding them to be a copy of his Son, to be, because this is his plan. I'm getting a lot excited. This is his plan, man, to set up Godhood on the planet Earth, pursuing Micah, the 4th chapter. 1 John 3, verse 3, it says, everyone who has this hope in Mashiach keeps himself pure, just as Mashiach is pure. Okay? All right. Pure, man. Pure through what? Pure through this knowledge, this truth. Of course, we're not pure in the flesh, but we're pure in the spirit. Okay, because of Yahweh Shai's sacrifice, man. His sacrifice has brought us closer to the Most High. Let's get that real quick. Psalms 32, And then I'll get this in Philippians 1. This is Psalms 32 and verse 1. Happy are those whose sins are forgiven, whose sins are pardoned. Verse 2. Happy is the one whom Yahweh, because it's all caps, Lord, right? All capital Lord, right? Happy is the one whom the Lord Yahweh does not accuse of wrongdoing, and who is free from all deceit, right? Through who? Through Yahweh Shai. That's why. Hold this real quick. The Most High is giving that position over to Yahweh Shai. Psalms 119. Slocky, give me 1 second. Okay, this is Psalms 119, 121. And the GNT, because it look, it's read a little different. But it's beautiful. Obedience to the law of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, right? Okay, obedience to the law of Yahweh Shemiel Shai. Psalms 119 and verse 121 in the GNT. I have done what is right and good. Don't abandon me to my enemies. Promise that you will help your servant. Don't let the arrogant oppress me. My eyes are tired from watching for your saving help, for the deliverance you promised. That's right. So the deliverance is promised, man. Okay? Through Yahweh Shai. That's why his name, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai saves, delivers. So our eyes are fastened on, locked on, compelled upon the return of Yahweh Shai. Okay? So we're tremendously blessed. And again, building with the elder, priest, Kanakala on the phone, man, we have yet to see, you know what I'm saying, how big this thing is, man. How big this truth is, because again, our people are getting ready to be put into a great strait difficulty, bro. And that's why the Lord has been molding us. All right? Our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians getting ready to be put into a great strait. STRAIT, bro. Difficulty. All right? And if you don't have the hedge of a man of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, there's no way you're going to be protected, man. There's no way you're going to be able to manage yourself in these times via the prophecies, man. So there are men here who are blessed through Yahweh Shemiel Shai of forgiving them of everything that they have done towards him, man. Should say, thy sins be as red as scarlet, come, that they be white as snow. Let's plead together. All right? Confessions and forgiveness. Psalms 32 verse 2 again says, happy is the one whom Yahweh does not accuse of wrongdoing, and who is free from all deceit. Brother, we free from all deceit through the Spirit. We're cleared guilty through the Spirit. That's why the Lord, has granted brothers access, all right, of this knowledge and this understanding, this wisdom in these last days, because you have been given that access through the Spirit. Yahweh Shemiel Shai is able to sup with you. You're gonna be looked at as weird, bugged out, crazy, right? All that. But that's what comes with the acceptance of the heavens. When you accepted of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, you're going to stick out. That's why the scriptures comforted us with us knowing that what? We are a spectacle, foolishness for preaching, wisdom cried out in the streets. Okay, but the Lord backed it up by giving you a brotherhood. Now you got men just thinking just like you, walking, the same walk, right? Just different scenario, catching same hell, so many other ways, right? Okay, but we've been cleared, man, through the Spirit. We have been cleared through the Spirit, man. All right, if we be those men all the way to the end, Lord willing, and it's coming to the to the sight that, bro, we are, Lord willing, hopeful elect. We are the hopeful elect. We just wholeheartedly believe in what the scriptures say, man. That's it. Scripture say, put on the elect. All right. Lord told us to warn you, Jakes, of this flood that's coming in. The Lord told us to encourage each other and inspire and motivate. Scripture say, exhort one another daily, bro. So we're pushing forth faith on a daily basis, bro. That's a commandment, bro. All right. You have offices. All right. And bro, I wanted to say this too, bro. We've been beat down too long, bro. Jake has been beat down for too long, brother. We got too much to look forward to when it comes down to belief and trusting in how the Heavenly Father moving. That's how he moved, bro. This is how the Most High move. Romans 15:4. We see how the Most High put us in dire straits and always came through. Jacob's trouble is no different, but he shall be saved out of it. Who? We don't know, but we hope to be. We full of hope we're going to be saved in the straightness, man. All right? We got a victory mindset, dog. This is not you can't have no losing mentality in the body. I wanted to say the kingdom, which the kingdom of heaven is within you, which is the body. But you can't have that mind frame around the brothers that you're going to lose or bail out or fold. You ain't the elect then, man. The elect by default have a mentality towards victory, man. Overcoming, being victorious, all right? Being crowned by Yahushua, man. All right? Having that power, having that glory because they've been down so long, man. A true underdog story. But continuing on, Psalm 32 and verse 3. When I did not confess my sins, I was worn out from crying all day long. It says, oh yeah, that's pretty much the point, verse 2. I'm going to read this again. Psalm 32 verse 2. Happy is the one whom the Lord Yahweh does not accuse of wrongdoing. Why? Because you've been cleared through Yahushua. All right? So yeah, let me go back to that 1 John real quick. 1 John chapter 3 verse 2, and it reads, my dear friends, we are now the Most High's children, but it is not clear yet what we shall become. But we know that when Mashiach appears, we shall be like him, godlike, because we shall see him as he really is. Everyone who has this hope in Mashiach keeps himself pure, just as Mashiach is pure. That's right. So we keep ourselves pure in that doctrine. It's sound knowledge. It's sound truth. Okay? Which Yahushua said is not of me, but is of him that sent me. This is Philippians 1. Let's make sure. Because I have a few scriptures. I just want to make sure. Bear me 1 minute, quick. All right, this is Philippians 3. Oh yeah, because this is going to lead me to the cross references, right? So let me see if I can start up a little bit. All right, I'm gonna start verse 17, right? I'm gonna read verse 17 all the way to verse 21, right? And this is precept in verse 20 that leads me to a cross-reference, right? But this is all beautiful. This is Philippians 3 and verse 17. Dear brothers and sisters, in the NLT, all right? Philippians chapter 3 and verse 17 in NLT, right? And it reads, dear brothers and sisters, pattern your lives after mine. And that's what we're doing through the Spirit. Which another word for pattern is like a copy. Let me see what it says real quick. See what that word for pattern.
Strong's G 5179. Tupos.
Right, tupos, right? In the Greek, it says the mark or of a stroke or blow, print, a figure formed by a blow or impression of a figure or image. It says the teaching which embodies the sum and substance of religion. Yeah, that's it right there, A. All right, going down to number 3 of outline biblical usage. It says the teaching, all right, which embodies the sum and substance of religion and represents it to the mind. So this is the mindset, all right, to pattern yourself after Yahushua. Okay, and how was Yahushua's life patterned after? The will of the Most High. Okay, to be back at the right hand side, man. To have Revelation the 5th chapter, victory. Okay, that's why. Let me hold this real quick. You know what? Yeah, let me hold this real quick because this just came to mind. Hebrews chapter 2. And look, the prelude says, Hebrews chapter 2 verse 5, it says, the one who leads us to salvation, right? Who is the one? Who is the one? The one who leads us to salvation, bro. That's why all glory, honor, and praises is due to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua. Yahushua is the one leading us to our salvation, hence his name. You know? Right? Hebrews chapter 2 verse 5 says in the GNT, the Most High has not placed the angels as rulers over the new world to come. Nah, the world of which we speak. Instead, as it is said somewhere in the scriptures, what are human beings, O God, that you should think of them? Mere human beings that they should care, that you should care for them. Oh, yes. So it goes to Yahushua, verse 7. You made him for a little while lower than the angels. You crowned him with glory and honor. It says them in the GNT, but it's Yahushua in the KJV. You crowned him. Yahushua was made a little lower than the angels. Yahushua was crowned. Yahushua is at the second, he's second in command over everything in the universe. Yahushua has that reverence. He has that rank. He has that position. He has that office in the universe. Whether you people want to believe that, accept that or not, it's all going to be sought forth. All right. You're going to have to bow regardless. All right. When he returned. Okay. That's why I'm going to close out in Philippians the 3rd chapter. All right. Okay. Like everybody is getting ready to realize how serious prophecy is. That's the point. And how you had a whole time in prophecy. It's just that you didn't have Yahushua with you. Being an Israelite, you Israelites out there, you didn't have Yahushua with you. There's an elect that the Lord is with. All right. It says, and made them, but it's Yahushua, made him ruler over all things, because we're going to be joint heirs in Romans 8 chapter. It says that the Most High made him ruler over all things. This clearly includes everything. All right. Verse 9, it says, but we do see Yahushua, who for a little while was made lower than the angels, so that through the Most High's grace, he should die for everyone of Israel, right? We see him now crowned with glory and honor, all right, because of the death he suffered, right? So he had victory, all right? He had victory, what? Over death, man. Conquered death, man. Why? Because he didn't sin. Yahushua was sinless. And he did that chiefly for the elect, so we can be brought back into order. Pursuant to John the 17th chapter. All right? You know? All right, so going back to this word here for pattern, right? In Philippians 3, in verse 17, read it again. It says in the NLT, dear brothers and sisters, pattern your lives after mine and learn from those who follow our example. All right, so get this word here for pattern real quick again. Tupas, I believe, right?
Strong's G 5179. Tupas.
Yeah.
Tupas.
All right, it says the teaching which embodies the sum and substance of religion and represents it to the mind, manner of writing the scriptures, the contents and form of a letter, the scriptures. All right. So yeah, bro. It says in a doctrinal sense. It says of a type, i.e., a person or thing prefiguring, which is the mold, right? So this is us. We're molded, patterned after, all right, Yahushua, disciples of Yahushua, the discipleship, which is going to lead us to that godhood. It says, of a type, i.e., a person or thing prefiguring a future messianic person or thing, right, man? So we're prefiguring the future Yahushua, man. All right, okay, in a mini form, M-I-N-I, mini, all right, because we're mini Yahushuas, man. We just like Yahushua. If Yahushua was on the earth, he would be doing exactly what we're doing, man. In sincerity, honesty, and in truth. Just teaching the word, man. All right, fear, establishing off the dome, fear the Most High Yahweh. All right, and letting them know that everything that we see, it has a part to do with prophecy, man. It has a part to do with his return. Okay, that's really what this is all about, bro. All right. So yeah, from there, where was that? Philippians 1. Yep, Philippians 1a, because verse 12 it says to live is Mashiach. So we living with the mind frame of Yahushua. Philippians 1:27 in the GNT. Now the important thing is that your way of life should be as the gospel of Mashiach requires, so that whether or not I am able to go and see you, I will hear that you are standing firm. Okay, that's what we're doing, standing firm with one common purpose, and that with only one desire, you are fighting together for the faith of the gospel. And that's exactly what we're doing, bro. Okay, we're standing firm with one desire, fighting together for the sake of the good news, man. Okay, of the kingdom of heaven, the victory mind frame. That's it. All right, that's all it's about. All right, to hell with Esau, Edom, and his robots and what he think he gonna do, bro. Nobody can upset what the Most High has for us. Daniel the 7th chapter. Okay, it's already written that the Lord is gonna be with his men in these last days, man. Through the Spirit, through the Ruach HaKodesh. There's nothing he can do, we can do to upset prophecy. All right. It says, verse 28, don't be afraid of your enemies. Always be courageous. And this will prove to them that they will lose and that you will win. That's it. So everybody is getting ready to lose, man. Everybody is getting ready to lose, dog. All right? Why? Because victory lies within Yahushua. And Yahushua is where? Inside his elect. So say, greater is he that is in thee. Victory lies within the mouth of the prophets. Victory lies within the spirit of those men. Okay? And who they are, coming down here on the planet Earth. Whether they're here in Babylon, the great spiritual Sodom of Egypt, the home of the slave land of the free, or out there in Canada, and across the four corners of the earth. You know? On the Far East. Okay? GMS Germany, GMS Australia, so forth and so on. The Lord is gathering his house together. The unity of the faith, till we all come into the unity of the faith, man. All right? It says, don't be afraid of your enemies. Always be courageous. And this will prove to them that they will lose and that you will win. Victory. Look, it says, because it is the Most High who gives you the victory. Come on, bro. So it is the Most High who is getting ready to give us the victory. That's why our mindset is towards winning. Our mindset is, bro, we sitting on some big shit right here, bro. Big riches, okay? All right? Not physically, not carnally, all right? But spiritually, all right? And faithfully. We rich in faith, we rich in love, we rich in genuinity, we rich in passion, rich in loyalty, rich in honesty, rich in the spirit, rich in trust, rich and obedient. You know what I'm saying? These are these men here today, bro. They are rich. It's a lot. It's gonna say treasures or riches in earthen vessels, bro. So it's not the vessel, it's what's inside of that vessel. But we have to make use. We gotta flip. We gotta flip we know we rich. I'm not finna sit on, we not sitting on the talent. Yeah, I'm rich. I'm going, nah, you ain't gonna get on the chariot like that, bro. Lord want us to go out there and flip talents, man. He wants us to go out there and work, serve, man. It's gonna say take heed over the flock. Lord wants us to go out there and teach. It's gonna say wisdom cried out in the streets. The Lord wants us to, it's gonna say bid those into the marriage, man. The Lord wants them to hear that